They said lightning doesn't strike twice. But today, on a quiet course in Florida, history didn't repeat. It evolved. A teenager with a name the world already knows stepped up to prove it wasn't just about bloodlines. It was about belief. With Tiger Woods watching from the ropes, Charlie wasn't chasing legacy. He was creating it. And what happened next left golf fans, pros, and even his father in total disbelief. Under the blazing Florida sun at Eagle Trace Golf Club, a 16-year-old walked to the first tee with the eyes of the golf world burning into his back. Charlie Woods wasn't just another player. He was the son of the greatest to ever swing a club, and every camera, every whisper, every heartbeat carried that weight. This wasn't hype. It was legacy on trial. Tiger watched quietly from behind the ropes, his expression unreadable. But this time, it wasn't about Tiger. It was about a young man trying to prove that his name belonged to him. The U.S. Junior Amateur Qualifier isn't just a tournament, it's a crucible where reputations are built or shattered. And on that day, Charlie wasn't playing for attention. He was playing for something deeper: validation, identity, and respect. Every swing was a statement, every step a reminder that greatness isn't inherited, it's earned. From the moment Charlie's tee shot pierced the silence, the energy around the course changed. There was no showmanship, no grin for the cameras, just laser focus. Fans leaned on the ropes, Tiger watched with his trademark stillness, and the air grew heavier with each swing. For Charlie, this wasn't about proving he could play, it was about proving he could handle the pressure. The silence of Eagle Trace wasn't boredom, it was reverence. You could hear the faint rustle of wind, the click of cameras, and the steady rhythm of a teenager writing his own story. Golf is a lonely sport, and under that kind of scrutiny, it can crush you. But Charlie's demeanor said it all. He wasn't playing in his father's shadow, he was building his own. Smooth, calm, and unshaken, he looked more like a pro than a kid. And every hole brought him closer to something real. Charlie's opening holes were textbook. No reckless swings, no forced shots, just smart, mature golf. He wasn't chasing highlight reels, he was chasing efficiency. Every par felt like a victory, every birdie a quiet whisper that said, "I belong here." By the time his round settled into rhythm, it was clear this wasn't luck, it was discipline. He wasn't out there trying to impress the crowd or the cameras. He was trying to earn his way to Dallas. A simple 1 under 71 doesn't scream dominance, but it screams composure. The golf world noticed something different about his game. It wasn't flashy, it was fearless. Charlie was learning the oldest truth in golf. You don't have to be spectacular to be special. You just have to outlast the chaos. That's exactly what he did. Steady, sharp, and unshaken under pressure. On the back nine, things got real. The wind picked up, the pressure mounted, and every shot began to feel heavier. Then came the defining moment. Birdie on 14, clinical, no fist pump, no celebration, just business. The crowd waited for a reaction, but Charlie stayed ice cold. Then came the stumble, a bogey that could have derailed everything. Most juniors crumble there. But not Charlie. He regrouped, steadied himself, and finished strong. That's the difference between talent and temperament. His recovery told the real story, that this wasn't a kid playing golf. It was a competitor managing adversity. Every swing from that point on carried maturity. He wasn't escaping pressure. He was walking through it. And the golf world realized, maybe for the first time, that this wasn't just Tiger's son anymore. This was Charlie Woods, a player built for pressure. Only a year before, Charlie missed the cut badly at Oakland Hills. The critics had their say. Too much hype, too much spotlight, not enough results. But that defeat planted something deep. You could see it now, the composure, the confidence, the calmness of someone who had learned what failure feels like, and refused to feel it again. The 1/71 didn't just happen, it was crafted from lessons learned the hard way. Golf doesn't forgive arrogance, it rewards awareness. And Charlie's round showed wisdom beyond his years. When he tied for 5th, earning a shot in the playoff, it wasn't luck. It was a masterclass in patience and maturity. What the critics saw as a setback last year had quietly become his foundation. And now, standing on the edge of something historic, he wasn't nervous. He was ready. 3 players, 1 spot, no second chances. Charlie Woods, Oscar Crowe, and Matthew Morganiano stood on the tee as the sun began to fall over Coral Springs. The silence before the playoff was deafening. This wasn't just another hole, it was the gateway to the U.S. Junior Amateur Championship. Months of training, all for one swing that could change everything. Charlie knew the stakes. His expression didn't waver. This was his moment, his test, his defining shot. The crowd barely breathed. It wasn't loud, it was sacred. Even Tiger's face was unreadable, locked in quiet focus. Golf doesn't give you many moments like this. It was legacy meeting opportunity. And for a 16-year-old, it was the kind of pressure most players never learn to control. But as everyone soon saw, Charlie Woods was built for it. Oscar went first, solid, safe, forgettable. Matthew followed, steady, unremarkable. Then came Charlie. He stepped forward, shoulders relaxed, eyes locked. One clean swing. The ball soared, pure, perfect, controlled. It landed exactly where it needed to be. No theatrics, no roar, just precision. The silence after impact said more than any cheer ever could. The crowd froze, watching something that felt bigger than junior golf. This wasn't luck. It was focus forged under fire. When the final putt dropped, Charlie had done it. He won the playoff. He didn't sneak in. He claimed his place. You could feel the shift instantly. This was no longer a kid chasing his dad's shadow. This was a young man announcing his own presence, calmly, without a word. And Tiger? He just nodded. The kind of nod that says, "You did it, son." When Charlie's playoff victory was sealed, Tiger didn't rush the green. He didn't shout or celebrate. He just stood there, arms folded, eyes glinting with pride only another champion could understand. For once, this wasn't about Tiger's comeback. It was about Charlie's arrival. That subtle nod was worth more than any headline. No interview could capture that exchange. The father who once dominated golf's greatest stages was now watching his son begin his own story. There were no speeches, no cameras shoved in faces, just a quiet walk back to the clubhouse. Tiger once said, "I'm supporting him in the background." And that's exactly what he did. Because legacy isn't loud. It's quiet, patient, and powerful. And in that silence, the torch passed. Not through words, but through understanding. Charlie's qualification for Dallas wasn't a fluke, it was momentum. Just weeks earlier, he had shocked the junior circuit by winning the Team Tailor-Made Invitational, his first major junior title. That win proved he could dominate, but this playoff proved he could handle pressure. Now, the world wasn't just watching a prodigy, they were watching a contender. The whispers grew louder. Golf insiders started asking, not if Charlie Woods will make history, but when. He's still only 16, but already showing the poise of a veteran. Between July 21st and 26th, he'll tee off at Trinity Forest for the U.S. Junior Amateur Championship, and all eyes will be on him again. Because now, everyone knows, when the moment gets big, Charlie gets bigger. For years, Charlie Woods was seen as a mirror image of Tiger, his swing, his stance, his smile. But after this, he's no reflection. He's the real thing. Ranked 604th before his rise, Charlie stunned the field at Streamsong, beating the best juniors in the nation by 7 strokes. Every round, every shot, every calm decision shouted maturity. What began as curiosity is now confirmation. This isn't hype, it's the start of something special. At 16, Charlie has already shown the world that greatness isn't passed down, it's built one swing at a time. And while Tiger was once the future of golf, that future now walks beside him. Charlie Woods didn't just qualify for Dallas, he qualified for history. The Woods legacy lives on, but this time, under a new name that the world will never forget.